scream, beg for your lives. All this death and suffering shall appease my lord Nocturne. And yet we have a courageous warrior standing tall. My dear girl, my lord sends you his regard. He would like to invite you to his domain to speak with you in person, and he has sent me here as your guide. He holds all the answers you have been seeking. After all, as a Muramasa wielder, you are his successor. Now, you, a mere human, dare to attack me?
You have made a grave mistake. You should have never touched this town.
Fool, you will pay for your insolence. Incredible. You are indeed strong, Slayer of Fallen Heroes. You may have won a battle, but the war, it is far from over. My lord, Morphus, is waiting for...
Oh man, more stock ominous last words. They just have to say something, right? Can't they simply go, ah, and drop dead?
I know you are trying hard to lighten things up for me, Muramasa, and I appreciate it, but I'm really not in the mood. We'll rest for a while, and then we'll leave.
You want to deal with this, Nocturne? But that's what he wants you to do. You know this is a schmuck bait.
I know.
Are you a schmuck?
If you say so.
Okay. It's all right. At least you're good at killing things.
Oh, thanks for your help. The undead has finally retreated.
Found out anything new, Diggus?
Yes, I have learned a few things through the scroll while you were gone. First of all, although this is written vaguely, but...
The beast.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Keep going, please.
The sword has no name, which is quite surprising. A weapon like usually has a name.
Yeah. Lightbringer, Holy Avenger, Ass Whooper, whatever.
There are other peculiar things. When it comes to creating a powerful artifact, the crafter always chooses metals such as mithril or adamantine. This sword, however, is made of common steel. What is truly shocking is this sword is not enchanted. It is not magical.
I am a muggle?
But that's impossible. I can feel its power coursing through me. Also, how can a common sword have
An ethereal entity with sensory capabilities, projected by the sword's consciousness, that can be observed by naked eyes?
That I don't know. Oh, don't look at me like that. I am working around the clock to find out. This could be the greatest discovery of our era. Nevertheless, I need more time. I need to get back to work.
Say, for the very first time, I'm a little baffled.
Let's hope our enemy has some answers for us.
We're off killing zombies?
You bet. We are close.
Close to what?
Close to Morphus, of course. I can sense him.
Really? Like sensing a disturbance in the Force?
What?
Nothing. Parallel universe jargon.
You just can't get serious, can you?
Hey, I'm always serious. So since when did you start to be able to sense?
Since I saw him in my vision at the asylum, there's this feeling of a shadowy presence that has been getting stronger and stronger. I didn't know what it is, but now I am sure that's him. I am here to make you pay for your crime. You will regret attacking High Rock.
Oh, my apologies. But I had to make sure that you bring the sword to me. I once wielded it, long ago. The power it gives to its wielder, you can feel it too, can't you? I want that power back.
Never.
Is that so? Did you know that the sword chooses its wielder, or victim, forcing humans to do its bidding? Do you?
What are you talking about?
He's full of balonies. That's what.
You have probably found out the sword has its own will. What it wants is simple. It wants to slay all monsters.
You mean the beast?
You are a puppet. If you hold on to it, eventually the sword will consume you, turning you into something like me.
Nah, don't listen to him.
You didn't choose to bear the burden, but now I offer you a choice. Hand the sword to me, and I will let you walk. You can return to your normal life.
Lady, please, don't give me away.
See how pathetic this thing is? It forces you to fulfill its insatiable bloodlust. Now it is begging you to keep it. It has been lying to you since the beginning.
Lady!
Silence! I have made up my mind. You have to go.
No!
Not you, silly. Too bad, Morphus. I don't trust a single word from you.
Very well. Let us begin. have always wondered why I did not change like those before me. It is true that, like them, my body was altered, but my mind remained intact. I think I know why. Perhaps it's because I never hated the beast. I never hated anyone. I realized at a very young age that life is all about choosing which role you play, and there are only two: predator or prey. I didn't choose the latter. Theft, robbery, murder, lies, betrayal, more murder. This is what the gutters of my city taught me. After all, what can you expect to learn there? I climbed the steps paved with corpses quickly. For those who live under the sun, I was a despicable cutthroat. For those with darker intent, I was a prodigy for hire. Eventually, someone decided it was time to hunt me down. Perhaps it was the city council's decision, perhaps a rival, perhaps a mourning widow. What was certain was that my head was worth a lot of gold. I fled the city. During my flight, I found the sword by accident. Maybe it wasn't an accident. I think somehow who's ever fit for the job gets chosen. With its power, I built a reputation of slaying monsters. I quite enjoyed it, not because I shared the sword's hatred for monsters, but because it was far more entertaining than killing humans. I noticed all the changes happening to me. I thought about quitting, but it was too late. I was already consumed by the sword's power. And then the beast emerged, like it always does. The cycle never ends.
The beast is awakening.
So that means it's the end of the world?
If we don't stop it, yes. But there's something I don't understand yet. I am guided to vanquish all the fallen Muramasa wielders to reclaim their souls, and now the time to slay the beast has come. I feel like there's...
And what might that be?
I am not sure, but I think it has something to do with you.
According to the scrolls, the sword was crafted by a blacksmith who once killed the fiercest monster in the continent and saved the continent from being destroyed.
What is the soul in this sword? Is it possessed by the monster spirit?
Where do you think I'm like a monster?
From bottom to top. Since the monsters have been eliminated, what's going on with the previous Muramasa wielders and the beast who is awakening?
I have no idea. The beast will now awake in the shrine in the rainforest. Maybe you will find the answer there.
Welcome to the jungle!
You have been uttering nonsense non-stop since we got here.
Sorry, lady. It's just too quiet here. I really need to say something.
Shh. Be quiet.
I was just getting started.
We are surrounded.
Stand where you are, outsider. This is sacred land, where the Great One slumbers. You must pay in blood for your desecrations. Warriors, slay our prey.
Stop. This is the sacred site where our ancestors found the Great One. I, Ashki, guardian of the Great One's shrine, will destroy you.
I have vanquished stronger foes, reptile. Out of my...
It may be so, but you have never faced a servant of the Great One. Now, you will feel his wrath. Behold the Great One's glory!
Muramasa! He's channeling the beast's power!
What? How's that even possible?
Do you really think you can defeat me, a partaker of the divine blood?
Now stay down.
Gloat all you want, human. More warriors are coming. They will dismember you and make you a sacrifice to the Great One. He is awakening, and he will grant all of us his blood.
I think I know what's happening.
What is it?
These creatures worship the slumbering beast as their god. The beast empowers them and twists their mind through some sort of ritual involving blood. Remember I said he was channeling the beast's power?
Wow, that sounds really bad.
We are getting close to the beast. This temple must be the cradle of the reptilian civilization. Their ways seem to revolve around their faith. I suspect they found the sleeping beast long ago, and built...
I have to say, be it magic rocks, invisible old men in the sky, or planetary bodies, bipedals really have the compulsive urge to worship something. So where is the beast?
I can sense the beast asleep beneath this temple complex. There will be many enemies standing in our way. We must hurry.
shall not be disturbed.
But I was told that the Great One is awakening.
His awakening shall not be disturbed. Right, that's what I was saying.
So you want him to wake up, right?
That is correct.
But what if he dozed off again? Don't you need us to make sure that he wakes up?
He's right, brother. What if the Great One... Silence, you fool! Don't you see this thing is mocking you?
So you are 3 heads share a body. Which head is responsible for shaking the tail?
I think it is the middle. His nerve is the shortest from the tail. What? I don't know.
Do we ever shake the tail?
Enough already! Who cares?
Our duty is to guard this gate. You shall not pass.
I don't think there's anyone else standing between us and the beast.
Looks like it. I hope you are ready.
Ready or not, what's the difference?
This thing is bigger than I thought. And it doesn't look very happy.
I don't think you can be too happy when the sole reason of your existence is to destroy everything.
Stay calm. This ugly thing has been killed 3 times. You should be able to kill it again.
You were right. Muramasa?
Hey! Welcome to my memory.
What is going on? Who?
That's me.
You? But I thought... How?
That's me before everything began. I was a blacksmith of a small village. I made horseshoes, plows, nails, tools.
No weapons?
No, of course not. I made good kitchen knives, though. The villagers were decent folks, and the children loved coming to my smithy to watch me work. I always let them stay as long as they kept a distance from the forge.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah,
So, what happened to you?
nothing out of the ordinary. The monsters came. I hid in my cellar until everything was over. I was a coward.
But you were not a fighter. You can't blame yourself.
I don't know. I was strong. I had my hammer and a couple of wood axes. Perhaps. Forget it. It's too late to think about that now. Thousands of years late. When I crawled out of the cellar, I was driven mad by what I saw. Everything I held dear was gone.
Oh, Muramasa.
And for the first time in my life, I began to forge a weapon. A weapon that could kill all the monsters.
And this weapon?
Yes, I burned the dead, collected their ashes, and cast them into the forge. I hammered, tempered, working day and night, as if time had stopped. It was as if I was forging my soul into steel. I felt myself slowly slipping into the sword. And it did. When the work was done, my empty, soulless husk transformed.
The beast! It is you!
Sadly, yes. So now you know. I'm responsible for all this. When the undead attacked High Rock, you said it's your fault, yet in truth, it is mine.
What is this place?
Where everything ends. You are within the sword.
I think nothing is going to surprise me from now on.
That's the spirit.
What are we doing here?
We've got a few lost souls to deliver. Come. Here's our first stop. Do you recognize him?
Lodric.
Yes. The very first Muramasa wielder who have slain the beast. Because of his hatred, the sword was drawn to him, like a moth flying towards fire.
I thought you chose him.
Chose him? No. My soul was asleep deep within the sword. I could vaguely feel what was happening. The sword acted upon instinct. Over time, he lost his mind, and part of his soul is trapped here. His body, well, you've seen him. As long as this piece of his soul remains, he will continue to live on, forever tormented.
Then we shall put him out of his misery.
Indeed. And here's the second Muramasa wielder, the poor farmer. Decades or centuries after Lodrec's downfall, the beast was reborn. I chose him deliberately, because not only did he seek the destruction of the beast, he was also motivated by the desire to protect the others. He knew what it's like to lose the important ones. Yet, he didn't make it either. He was overcome by anger.
He did avenge his family in the end, right?
Yes and no. As long as the sword exists, the beast will also come back. He is part of the sword now, and he too must be put to rest before we go further.
Who is this?
Don't you recognize him? He is Morphus.
It can't be. This is just a child.
That is a projection of his true self. Before becoming one of the most feared assassins, he was a street urchin, abandoned, abused, and close to death.
Yet he survived and became a murderer. Why? Why did you choose him?
Because he had the strength and will. But more importantly, there was no hatred in his heart. Yeah, he was ruthless, but the killings were just business. If he did hate, his soul would have been consumed by the sword.
And this is not his soul?
Nah, this is the residue of his mind. A shadow. Like you, he came here after slaying the beast. But he refused to go any further. He returned to his body and... What will you do?
Let's go.
Follow me.
Hold on.
What is it?
There's something I need to know first. How did I lose my memory? Since you have regained yours, you must know what happened to me.
I was hoping you wouldn't ask. I took it away. It wasn't difficult.
You what?
I am sorry. I truly am. It was a tough decision.
You bastard!
Listen, lady.
No! You listen! You forced me into this personal journey of atonement of yours, making me fight hordes of monsters. And yet, I don't even have the privilege to at least know who I am. Why? Why did you do this to me?
Because I was afraid. I have failed again and again, and I feared that I might never end this cycle. I found you, the paragon to bear this weapon. But how could I convince you to help me? There is no reason for you to do it.
So you chose to lie. Perhaps I would have agreed willingly. How could you possibly know I wouldn't? You didn't try.
You are right. I made a mistake.
At least you know it. Tell me, did you really lose your memory? Or is it another lie?
It's not a lie. After I erased your memory, I did the same to myself. Because I couldn't bear the guilt.
You idiot! This could have been 100 times easier if you didn't. Forget it.
I am sorry.
No more apologies. I want you to do one thing right now. I want you to ask me properly for my help.
I don't see how.
Just do it.
Lady, please help me. I can't do this alone.
And I am willing to help.
Really?
We have come this far, haven't we? This isn't about you or me anymore. Now please lead on, so we can finish this together.
Thank you.
One last question. How did you know I am the perfect person?
Oh, that. Instinct.
I better not think too much about this, or I'll probably regret helping you.
Here we are. This is the last soul we need to deal with.
That is you.
Yes, that's me.
But you are here with me at the same time. I think I understand. What will happen after that?
Simple. The beast will not be reborn. The sword will shatter. I will be no more. What's the matter?
I just don't really like how this ends. It'd be strange without you talking nonsense all the time.
It must be so. My life should have ended a long time ago. I don't belong here, in this time. Do you understand? This is what I've been waiting for. It's been fun being with you. I hope you feel the same. Well, do you?
It was okay.
And I'm more than happy to hear that. Let's keep it that way until the end, all right?
All right.
It's over. It's finally over. Thank you. I can't think of anything else to say.
And you're supposed to be the talker.
I know, but
That's fine. Now is the time we part ways, right?
it is, I want you to know this. You saved me.
I thought we were going to save the melodrama.
That was the idea. But you know, I really can't help it.
Since this is your last moment, I guess you're entitled to be melodramatic.
Now you're talking like I do.
That's because you are a bad influence.
I suppose I am. Can you feel it? The sword. It is shattering. My time is up.